Hello there. Want to welcome you to the very first episode of Deb Talk. This is going to be airing every Monday, and then we'll put it out on all different social platforms throughout the week also, so you always have access to it. But this is going to be every Monday from 12 to 12:30.
12:30.
And I will introduce myself. I am Deb Owen. I'm over here at Guild Mortgage, and I have been a mortgage loan officer for, oh my goodness, 30 years. And this is my business partner.
I'm Lupe Castaneda. I'm also a mortgage loan officer, and I've been a loan officer about 15 years.
So we get to talking, we get to doing things, we answer a ton of questions. So I've always wanted to just do something similar to a podcast. So that's what this is going to be. Every Monday again from 12 to 12:30. So we've got obviously a list of questions. We're not going to go over every one of these because they need deeper dives. This first one is very raw, as you can see. I've been putting this off for a long time, thinking everything needs to be perfect. And I thought, my desire is to actually educate and to serve my community. And so it doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
Instead, we just need to get things going.
Yeah.
So that's why we've decided to go ahead and get things started now, even though it's not 100% ready to go. But we do have a ton of topics that we're going to cover throughout each Monday. I'm just got to put my hearing aid on.
For cheaters. For cheaters.
Cheaters, yes.
Uh-huh.
We're going to cover things. We're always asking, different things like proof of funds, credit, where do I start? What is an escrow? What are impounds? And these are things that really we're going to take deeper dives into each week.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, and you know how you said that this isn't perfect. Well, life isn't perfect, and you don't have to have everything perfect when you are looking to purchase your first home, and that's where we're here to guide you through that, or any home, exactly.
Yeah.
So
and really, what we do, what we feel like we do, is we navigate through the entire process. Okay, we might be
start to finish.
home loan, but we navigate.
Yeah.
So I
It
mean,
is.
and we get all the questions. It's like, where do I even start?
Yeah.
What does my credit need to look like? We get repeat homeowners, which is fabulous. We get investors.
Second, people looking for second homes.
Right.
Yeah.
We navigate through the beginning. We navigate through the lending piece when you go under contract, if you're doing that, if you're doing a refinance. So the loan piece, we are going to take the time to make sure and navigate you through all of that, because again, a million questions on that.
Yeah.
What is I even had somebody ask me, what's the equity? What does that even mean? How can I use that? What does that mean? So it's like all these questions, and that's great because that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
If we don't know it, we're going to find it out for you.
Yep.
But we'll navigate through the beginning, we navigate through the loan, and then guess what? Most people got a 30-year mortgage, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's the term that most people do. There's other terms out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't stop. The mortgage and the questions and what you need to understand doesn't stop when we close on the home loan. It actually kind of just gets started.
Yeah, and I think that when you have somebody, when you come in and there's, just like Debbie mentioned, there's so much to discuss, and you're not going to remember it all.
Oh gosh,
That's okay.
During that process, everything's just coming at you.
Oh, yeah.
And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh, it's a lot.
And the state of Idaho is different on their property taxes.
Mhm.
So we can explain that. We can show you that. I understand. Until you're in it, you don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things that we feel like it's so important to educate you on. So during these, anytime you have questions, DM us. We'll go live during some of them. Jump on, ask us the questions. And then during our everyday business, we hear all these things that we're just going to touch bases on. So
Or even if as you watch this, or you're discussing something with your friend, your family, your husband, your wife, something comes up, and you're like, you know what, I just want to ask. Feel free to send us, like Debbie said, DM us.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be right.
You know what we do
Away.
a lot of the time too, Lupe, is a lot of times, and we're very open. We're very open. Even if we are not doing your current home loan, even if we are not your current servicer of the loan, that's after the loan closes, who you actually make your payments to, even if that is not us, but you have a question on that, or you want to learn a little bit more about that, we're here to guide you through that too. So ask us those questions
Yes.
at any time.
Yes. Yeah. And you will receive a ton of papers, documents, letters, emails. And I always tell my clients, borrowers, if you have no clue what you're opening, because you're going to get bombarded, right? They get bombarded with so much. And maybe 20% of it is authentic and the rest is going to be just junk mail. I just tell my clients to screenshot a picture of what they received and just text me, and I can just tell them it's good. It's authentic.
Right. I had a
Right?
client come in just the other day, and the client's like, something's going on with my insurance. They're saying I need to call them. And they had the piece of paper.
Yeah.
And guess what? It had nothing to do with insurance.
Oh, was it home warranty?
Warranties. Yes. So all the scams and the spams and all that stuff that's out there, again, even if Guild is not servicing your loan, this is not about that.
Yeah.
This is about us being able to help walk you through and navigate this. Your home is easily your biggest investment you will have.
Oh, by far.
It is your biggest wealth gainer.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, that's even if any way you put it, it's definitely going to be exactly what Debbie said.
So we're here to help. That's what this is all about. That's what this podcast is. It's not even a podcast. I don't even know what you call it.
No, we're just
But that's what this is. So you can find us on all our social media platforms. We'll be going through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I don't think I'm hooked to X. I don't even know if X does it. And that's how much I know about that. It doesn't.
we'll find out.
But
We'll let you know for sure, but I don't believe we are.
yeah.
No. But
So
you'll be able to find us in pretty much any of the social media sites.
and obviously for our first one,
Yes.
we don't have a guest.
No.
It's just Lupe and I.
Yes.
But I promise you, we will have speaking points
Mhm.
and different things. Well, we can dive into one. Do we have time to dive into even one?
Yeah. Well, I think
Um,
we should be okay on time.
Okay. One thing that, well, this sounds like, where do I start?
Oh
Where
gosh,
do I
yeah.
start?
Yep.
I don't even know where to start. We see a lot of times on Facebook, or there's different groups.
Yes.
It's like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah. Where do I go? What do I do?
Okay.
Do I need to have all my documents gathered up? And what documents do I need gathered up before I talk to anybody? Right? Do I
Right.
talk to the realtor first? Do I talk to the lender first?
There you go.
So
Yeah.
what would you recommend, Debbie?
On that,
Mhm.
my best advice is you do need to talk to your lender first. And the reason you need to see your lender is because they do need to know your credit. The very first thing that a lender is going to do is pull your credit. We're going to do a deeper dive into that on another episode,
Right.
but the credit starts. It's not just about scores, it's what's inside it. But that is the very first thing that a lender is going to need to look at to know where to help put you in different loans
Mhm.
that work for you. So that's the very first starting point. And don't be afraid to have your credit pulled. Most lenders are able to do what's called a soft pull. We should be able to work up a lot of different things for you on just that soft pull. But the number one, where do I start? We need to review the credit,
We need to review the credit.
not just the score,
Yep.
but
Yep.
what's inside it.
Yep. Length of credit history, how many trade lines. There's just so much that we need to look at. And
Right.
we are happy to explain that with you.
The second thing is after the credit, we need to do an analysis of the rest of the information, which is 2-year job history. Doesn't mean 2-year at the same employment.
Right. Because I think a lot of people get that mistaken. A lot of
Right.
people are like, I hadn't called you because I didn't have 2 years at my same job.
Not
Incorrect.
necessarily the case. Don't need it.
Nope.
Um,
As long as you have a 2-year work history consecutively.
right.
Yes.
Well, it could have a gap though.
Yeah. Could have
See,
a gap.
nothing's ever
Yeah.
cut and dry. There's always things to look at, and that's why your lender needs to know these things. So when they're asking a million questions, there's a reason to ask a million questions. We need income. We need to know if you have funds to close. And trust me, we're going to go deeper into each one of these as we go along during these podcasts.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call them.
Two chicks talking. Two
Two
mortgage chicks
chicks
talking.
talking. Oh, I like that. Two chicks talking. I really like that one.
I like that too.
Yeah. But we are going to go deeper into these things. But that's where you start. Your lender needs to know these things. I am going to put a plug in for local. Because if you're going online, you're a number. You're a quick in, quick out. Let's not do an analysis and let's figure something out. But if you're here local,
Mhm.
then we are actually going to dive deeper into that. And that application, the credit report and that application will tell us where we start so we can articulate that to you and show you the different loan programs that might be available and the different things that are there that you might not even know about. So that's where you actually are going to start. Is you're going to have that credit and you're going to need that application. Then it goes deeper into that.
Yeah. And that we could take a whole. We could take a long time explaining, a whole week. But
yeah, we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that.
I had the best client the other day. I love it. So I did the application obviously, and you go through the 12 pages of it. It sounds daunting. I promise you, it's not that daunting. I promise you. And this great gentleman says, "Oh, and by the way, my size is a 3XL." He goes, "Because you haven't asked for that, you've asked for everything else, but not that." I'm like, "Well, I was about to get to that."
Okay.
So it does seem that way. I
That way,
promise you, I know it does seem like, my goodness, what else can you get? What we said earlier is your home is your biggest wealth and your biggest investment. And if you think about that, and you think about the fact that most of the time we're putting you in a 30-year mortgage,
It's a long time.
it's a long time.
It's a long time. And it's a lot of money. We're talking about a lot of money. It's
Right.
a long time.
Right. And so we need to make sure we're taking care of that for you.
Mhm.
It's not because we want to know all these things. It's because we need to make sure we're taking care of your financials, your wealth gain, that you can understand, and that, well, it's your home.
Yeah, your home. It's a commitment for 30 years, and we want to make sure that you are comfortable. You know everything that you need to know before you make that
Or
commitment.
at least have the resources
Exactly.
to get accurate information.
Correct.
Because, there's a lot of things out there on that old big World Wide Web.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of me because
Oh,
I always say it that way.
It is true. That's not the way she says it, but it is true.
But it is true.
That's
It's all, and so not everybody sits in the same box. They shouldn't.
No.
They shouldn't.
No,
We're totally different.
we are. And I had 4 sisters, and they all came to get a home loan. And I had to tell them all, you are unique. Each of you are unique. Your credit is not going to be the same as your sister's. Your work history is not going to be the same. And so you may not even end up with the same loan program as your other sisters. And that's the way it worked out. And that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. So, yeah. So that's
that's
exactly
what
what
we
happens.
do. We navigate that with you.
Mhm.
Not because, with you. You need to know it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's our goal.
That is our goal.
Educate. I'm so big on education.
Yeah, and we are, and as Debbie mentioned, we can. We're happy to help you in person. We're right here. We're here in Twin Falls. We're happy to help you in person. We can, talk things over the phone. And of course, we use a lot of technology, so we can use a online application. But however you prefer to do this, we are happy to help.
So we're here to educate and to serve you.
Yes.
So,
And I think we're almost done, but I do remember I wanted to mention something.
okay.
Okay, so it's March
I
and
told you guys.
I know, really quick. So it's March and we know that I'm getting a little bit of cabin fever.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do something. I don't know quite what to do. Well, actually, I called my mom and dad. My dad is 78 years old. My mom is 76. And they were at the gym. And so,
Good for them.
yeah, they were at the gym. I thought, okay, I have not even got my butt to the gym. They got to the gym. And so my mom was telling me that they got enrolled into what is called a Golden Sneaker Program. Have you heard of that?
No, what is that?
Yeah, so the Golden Sneaker Program, if you receive or if you're getting your Social Security, if you're retired or you are on Medicare, getting your Social Security retirement, you have Medicare. Evidently, there's plans that cover so you can get gym membership, and they pay for your gym membership.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I didn't know about that either. I had no
You're
clue.
kidding.
So anyway, I'm happy my mom and dad were able to get into the gym membership, and so
Is there, and maybe you don't know this, so I'm just throwing you under the bus.
yeah.
But is it any member gym or do they have to be associated with Medicare?
There are certain gyms that
Okay.
are. I know they're going to CSI, to the gym there, CSI, and but I believe the other one that I know of is Planet Fitness. I'm not sure of the other ones, but if you know or if you are a part of the Golden Sneaker Program and you know that there are other gyms, go ahead and send us the message.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be fabulous.
Mhm.
That is great information.
Yeah,
had
I
no
love that. We
idea.
got to take care of our senior citizens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm happy that there is.
Well,
that
with this weather,
Yeah.
you can't go outside walking. You can't do anything.
No. Yeah. So there you have it.
Well, there you
Just
go.
letting you know.
A little tidbit for today.
Yeah, little tidbit for today.
So, but thank you, Lupe.
Yeah, thank you, Deb.
We'll be back and forth. We'll have other guests coming in,
Mhm.
and anytime you have anything, DM us.
DM
We're
us.
here.
Sometimes we'll do
We're
this.
here to help. Honestly.
Yep, we're here to help. Sometimes we'll do this. There's a few things that I will plan to say in Spanish. Today we'll keep it English. Pero hablo español. A veces lo vamos a hacer en español también.
What she said.